Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, August 11th, and I am 60-ish, a little over 60% into The Heroes, which is definitely gonna be the book that I focus on this week to finish it because this week I don't think I'm gonna be reading much. Even last week I didn't read nearly as much as I usually do because I had so many plans to be with people and out of the house for 4 days of the week. So and plus working. So I definitely did not have time to read as much as I would have liked. And this week I think I will be reading even less because tomorrow I'm going on vacation. So yeah, I never really read much or anything when I'm on vacation. Maybe I will read on the plane because I have a very, very, very long flight. So I will most likely read something. And it's during the day. So it's not like I'm gonna sleep. I mean, I probably wouldn't have slept anyway because I rarely sleep on planes. But I most likely will not sleep. So I will be reading. I probably will download a TV show or movie or something to watch as well because I will not be reading for 8 hours, that is for sure. But yeah, I will, like I said, focus on this book. I have a little over 200 pages to go. I could definitely finish it on the flight. I mean, I'm gonna read today as well because the flight is tomorrow at I think 11 a.m. So the first flight. We have a short first flight, an hour or an hour and a half or something, and then we have a long flight. You can definitely finish it on the flights, and especially today and on the flight. And then I have no idea what I'm gonna read because, like I said, I will probably not read anything or much while I'm on vacation. So I don't want to start anything that's very, you know, dense or anything that's very high stakes or anything that I really have to be focusing that much on because my next book for my schedule of videos would be A Court of Wings and Ruin. But not only do I not want to take a bunch of physical books with me, I also don't think I will be paying as much attention to that book as I should. So I will probably just take my e-reader and choose one of the million books that I have there. So one option that might be the one that I go for is the next book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which is the fourth book, which I think is called The Gate of the Feral Gods or something like that. So that is definitely an option. And I also have the audiobook of that one. So that also could help. And another option is Not Quite Dead Yet, which is one of my anticipated releases, and it's a thriller, mystery thriller. So that's also an option. And I also have the ebook and the audiobook. So, again, that could definitely work. And yeah, it'll probably be one of those. And like I said, this one, hopefully I finish it soon because I am liking it. I'm not absolutely loving it. So this is the fifth book in the First Law world, and it's the second of the standalones that come after the first trilogy. And the here is actually a place because there is a battle that we are following in this book, and it's taking place around the heroes. The heroes I think is a hill, and it's a very important position that both sides of this battle, they want to have the heroes because that is a very important position to have for the fight. And yeah, we are following people from the Union and then the people from the North, and they are the ones battling each other for reasons that we learn pretty early on. And yeah, it's going okay, and I think this battle only lasts for 3 days because I'm gonna now start day 3, and it's the last part of the book. So I think it is a 3-day battle. And I mean, already a lot has happened in the first 2 days. But yeah, I'm liking it. I'm not loving it. I think I'm not the problem is that I'm not really connected to any of the main characters. So I don't really care that much about what's happening. Obviously the stakes are high, it's a battle, it's a war, but personally, I don't really care that much about any of the characters, particularly. So I think that is why I'm not loving it. But I still think the characters are very well written, and I still like that, like how dark it is, because the other books were definitely as well. And it also has like very dark humor, which I also really enjoy. So like I'm enjoying all that. I just don't feel very attached to any of the characters. But yeah, so far it's going well, it's going okay. And yeah, that's it. Today I also have a lot to do because, like I said, the flight is tomorrow. So we have to basically like prepare everything. Obviously, have to pack and have to, film things as well. And still have to like go shopping for some last minute things. And I also need to go to my grandma's house. And yeah, I have a lot of things to do today. So I don't think I will be reading that much today either. But, hopefully I will be able to read at least a little bit. But yeah, that is everything that I had to tell you, I think, in this intro. So, welcome to the vlog. hello. So, it has been exactly 10 days since I last talked to you, and I am, in fact, back from my holiday. And just to get it out of the way, I have read exactly 0 pages since I last talked to you. So, I talked to you on Monday, yeah, and today it's Thursday of the next week, and I read absolutely nothing. Did I expect to read a lot during my vacation? No. Did I expect to read 0 pages? Also, no, because I expected to read like at least in the plane, but I didn't. So, yeah, there's that. So, I left for my vacation on the last Tuesday, and basically, we went to New York and to New Orleans because I've been wanting to go to New Orleans for many, many years, and I've been trying to convince my mom for many, many years. And finally, this was the year that I convinced her to go, and absolutely loved it. And she also loved it. So it was happy for everyone, which were everyone was two people, so it was me and my mom. And so yeah, we left on Tuesday, and we actually stayed at New York before. We stayed there for like 3 nights. And I mean, before we got there, like why I didn't read in the plane at all was because I downloaded basically all of the Marvel TV shows that I'm behind on, which are five, or were five. They're not five anymore. And on the way there, I watched Echo. I watched Your Neighborhood Friendly Spider-Man or whatever that was called. And I watched the first episode of Daredevil Born Again. And I actually liked Echo more than I expected to. I don't know why I didn't expect to like it that much, but I did like it, and I did like it more than I expected. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I thought it was okay. Like, I mean, on the one hand, there was a lot happening. I feel like there was too much happening. And at the same time, I was kind of a little bored. Even though the episodes were very, very short, but like I was watching it all back to back to back to back. It was, I think, 10 episodes. And like at the end, I liked the last episode the most, I think, because like everything did come together and like really connected to the first episode, which I really liked. Like I really liked that part. The rest was just okay. And yeah, I watched the first episode of Daredevil Born Again, and that basically took like all of the hours of my flight, and I didn't read anything. And so yeah, we got to New York at 5 p.m. I think, and then we spent 2 hours and a half to like even enter to like at the passport control. So that was a long ass time because there were so many people there, and yeah, it took forever. But then we eventually got to our hotel, and then we just went to like Times Square and near that area and had dinner, and then walked around for a little bit and went back to the hotel to sleep. And actually, I had been in New York before, and so like it was not my first time, so it's not like I had to, see all the touristy things because like I had seen most of them. And yeah, so that was Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we kind of like walked around, not like aimlessly, because we were like going in the direction of Central Park, but we're just walking around, like slowly getting to Central Park. I think we took like 4 hours to get there because we were always stopping and going into like different streets and shops and whatever. And we went into the Lego store, and it had like a huge, like almost all of like the downstairs part of the Lego store was like Avengers, and it was so cool. And my mom got like a video of me in a taxi where like I think it was Captain America was like on top, and there were a bunch of other Avengers. There was Iron Man, there was I think Thor as well, and I don't know if Spider-Man was there like in that area. And like then there was like the Hulk in a bench, and like the bench was, tilted, and it was very fun. And we actually got some Legos, and they're both like Halloween themed. Like me and my mom got one each, and they're both like Halloween themed. And yeah, this is my mom's, this is mine. And yeah, this one is really cute because it has like sort of an altar in the back. It's so pretty. And yeah, mine is like a haunted pumpkin, I guess. So yeah, we got these, and very excited to build up my Lego set. But I think I'll only build it like when I get back to my place, because I think I'm gonna have it like displayed there. I'm not entirely sure yet, But yeah, we got these, and then we eventually made it to Central Park, and we actually entered through the part that has the zoo, and we were like, why not go to the zoo? So we went to the zoo, which was also super fun, and the sea lions were giving a show, like even before the people who go there to like feed them and basically tell them to do the tricks got there, they were like giving a show on their own, which was so fun. Obviously, like the show with the people there was also super fun, and like they were doing different tricks, but like the fact that they themselves were giving a show was, I feel like, more fun because like they were just doing it and like loving the attention because everyone was around them, and then they would just like put their front legs on the like glass and like stay there and look at people. It was so fun. And also I got the video of a bear like so close to me. Like obviously there was a huge glass separating us, but like she was so close and she was so cute. Like I wish I could pet a bear. Would I die? Probably, but I would die happy. But yeah, we then walked around Central Park. We went to like the big lake because we entered through like the park of the zoo, and then we went up and up and up and up and went to like the part that has the big lake, and then we were coming back. And when we were coming back, it started to rain. I mean, it started to rain when we were going up, but then it got worse, and it was raining so much, so much. And I think we stopped at like a Starbucks or something to like wait it out, like the rain, but it just got worse and worse and worse. So we got in the subway and went back to the hotel. And basically, as soon as we got to the hotel, and by the time we got to the hotel, it was already nighttime. As soon as we got to the hotel, like went up to our room, it stopped raining. So we then got out again to go have dinner. And on that day, we walked, I think, 25 or 26 kilometers. And then the day after, we walked 24. So pretty tiring. And then on the day after, so Thursday, we went into the financial district. We saw the 9/11 memorial, and there were like a bunch of squirrels around. And like, I don't know if I got footage of that, but we found one that was like surrounded by a bunch of people, and it didn't like know where to go. It was so confused. And at the same time, it was like holding his, I don't know what kind of nut it was, but he had like, his food, and he was like, where am I gonna eat this? I am so confused. But eventually I think he found a tree and went up the tree. And then at night on that day, like obviously we continued to walk around. Like I said, we walked 24 kilometers. Oh, we also went to the Brooklyn Bridge on that day, I think. Which again, I had like been to pretty much all of these places before. But yeah, we went there, and then we went to a place that we had not been before, which is Broadway. So we went to see Moulin Rouge, which was so good. Like we had wanted to go to Broadway before, like another time we were there, me and my mom, but then we like ended up not going. I don't really know why, but yeah, we decided to like we got the tickets like even before we went because we were like really wanted to go this time, and it was so good, so good. It was so fun. It was very long. It was like 3 hours long with the break in the middle, but it was so good. And then we got out and ate pizza, and then went to sleep. And then like Friday was the day that we left New York and went to New Orleans. And so we in the morning, like we still had the morning in New York because our flight was at like 2-ish, I think, or 4. I'm not entirely sure. I think 4 maybe. So yeah, we went to the Empire State Building, and actually I had been there, but my mom had not, even though she has been to New York more times than me. But one of the times that I went, like I went with both my parents, and like she was at a conference, so like me and my dad went to the Empire State Building, and she never got to go. So yeah, we went there, and so that was also very fun. And then we got on our flight to New Orleans, and we got to New Orleans at like 6:30, I think. And then we went to the hotel, and that's where chaos started. I mean, I'm saying started if it had been chaotic for like a long time. No, it was just chaotic like that night because we got the hotel and basically our reservation had been canceled. So there was that because there was some error, I guess, with our travel agency and like whoever they talked to do the reservation. So we didn't have our hotel, which was obviously a huge issue. And like by the time we got there, like my mom called the person from the agency that she talked to, and here in Portugal, which is where the agency was, and the person from the agency was 1:30 a.m. So we're like, they're not gonna answer. But they did answer, and I mean eventually everything was figured out. We had to stay then at another hotel because that hotel was like booked and didn't have rooms. So we had to go to another hotel, but we were waiting for like 2.5 hours, just like with nowhere to go basically. So that was not a good start to New Orleans, but that was like the only bad part. It obviously had nothing to do with New Orleans. It had to do with the people from here that clearly were not doing their jobs right. But yeah, we eventually got the hotel. We had dinner, and by the time we like got to the other hotel, it was like 10 p.m. And so we had dinner very fast, and then we went to the French Quarter to like just look around, and then we were exhausted and went to sleep. And so then on Saturday was actually like our first day in New Orleans. And by the way, it was so hot. I mean, it was very hot in New York as well, but like New Orleans was extremely hot, which like we knew it was gonna be, but like, oh my god, I am not built for the heat. And it was very hot, very humid. So like I was sweating constantly. And I mean, I still would prefer like hot and like humid than hot and dry, because when it's very hot and very dry, I cannot breathe. My asthma does not allow me to breathe in like dry, hot climates. So like it was good. I was breathing fine. I was just like sweating. But yeah, so on the next day we went again to the like French Quarter area. We went to Jackson Square and we saw the St. Louis Cathedral. And then we were like walking around the French Quarter because I really wanted to find the Michelson's house, like from the originals. So we were walking around trying to figure out like where the hell it was, and we did find it, and that was very fun. And my mom got some photos of me in front of the house. And also because I did not have internet, because I did not have service. So that's something. Because like before going, I paid to have like I think 10 gigabytes of like mobile data. I think it was 10 for like 2 weeks. They had like some packages, and that was the package that basically fit our time the best. And so like I subscribed to that. They told me I was all set. And then I got there and I did not have data because I did not have service. And I did not have service for like most of the time I was away. And my mom did like everything worked out with her, not with me. And we even like got my dad to call like the my service operator here in Portugal, and then they called us, and I was like on the phone for an hour with whoever was working there. And they not only did they not know how to fix it, everything that they were telling me to do were things that I had already tried to do, because like it was the obvious things to try, and I was like, I already tried that. And they were like, well, try it again. And I was like, okay. So that took an hour and solved nothing. So that was super fun. And the only times I got service was to like get like text messages from my service operator telling me that I had to pay them for things that I did not buy. So, what a coincidence. So there was that. But we did find the house, like I said, and we walked around some more. And at night, we went to a bar that had like a live jazz band. We went there, I think, 3 nights because we really enjoyed the place. And then on Sunday, we went to the French market because like we saw the streetcars, which were so cool. By the way, I think one of them, like the old line, said that has been there for like 200 years, which is crazy. Then I have like newer ones with AC. The old one does not have AC, obviously, but it has been there for 200 years, which is crazy. And they're really cute. And we saw that there was a line that was going to the French market, so we went to the French market. And then in the afternoon, we went to Mardi Gras World, which is basically where they build the like floats and stuff for the parade for Mardi Gras, which was so cool. And actually, we went there because when we were going from like we were at the airport in New York, the lady that was like helping us like check our bags, she asked where we were going, and I said New Orleans. She said she had been there like I think a week ago, and so she was telling us places to go. And it was so cool. They were like explaining the history of Mardi Gras and like explaining the history of like their company, and it was so cool. It was so like fun, and it was like so cool to see like the things that they have there, like from previous Mardi Gras, and also like from they're already working on the next year. So that was super, super, super fun. And then once again at night, we went to the French Quarter. Then on Monday, we had like 2 different tours. And so on the morning, we had like a bus, van, whatever tour that we went to like a bunch of places around the city, like different went to a park, went to the city park. We went to a cemetery, which I also really wanted to see. We went to see the lake and like to see various different areas of the city. The guide was telling us like a lot of history of the city, which was also really, really fun to learn about. And then in the afternoon, we had another tour, and that was a walking tour for like almost 3 hours. And it was like a vampire ghost witch voodoo tour. So basically, oh, and true crime as well tour. And basically, the guy was showing us around some places that either like true crime has occurred or like there are some superstition about that place or that is like said to be haunted. And he was telling us about like what happened there, and also he was giving like a lot of history as well about the city, which was so fun. Like that was probably like my favorite part, at least like in terms of tours, that was definitely my favorite. And also my mom really, really loved it. It was so fun. And he also like showed us not only like that house that I had seen from the Michaelsons, he also showed us like two other like filming locations for the originals, and also like a place of the true story that inspired part of like one season of American Horror Story, which I also watched. So that was also so fun. So yeah, that tour was so fun. Absolutely loved it. Oh, and we also like stopped at a bar to get a drink or to get whatever, or we didn't have to get anything, but we stopped at a bar, and he said that like it has a drink called the Ghostbuster, and like he recommended us to get that drink. And so my mom and I did get the drink, and it has like a jello ghost on the cup, and it was so funny, and actually it was really good as well. It tasted like kind of like pina colada, and it was really good, and it was really like nice looking as well. So yeah, but that tour was really, 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 really fun. And so yeah, because also like our guide was super fun and super funny, so that obviously also absolutely helped. But yeah, that was like a highlight of the trip for sure. And then once again, we went to watch a jazz band at night. And then Tuesday was our last day there, very sadly. And we had like a boat. I don't know if tour is the word, but like we were gonna be on a boat on the river. And we was at like 2, and we were gonna have lunch there at the boat. So like we were thinking like what to do in the morning, something that like wouldn't take too long because we had that scheduled. We had to be like there at 1:30, I think. So we went to a park, Audubon Park or something like that. I don't really know how to say the word, but yeah, we went to that park. It was really, really, really pretty. And we also again saw some squirrels, we saw some ducks, we saw some big ass ants. And yeah, it was really, really pretty. It had like sort of a river slash lake. I mean, it was a lake, but it was like in the shape of a river because it was like narrow and long. But yeah, we went to the park, it was really pretty. Then we went on the boat, which was also super fun. And then in the afternoon, after we got back like out of the boat, we decided to just catch the ferry, which was literally like right there, and like cross the river and go to Algiers Point, which is just in front, because it said like had some pretty colorful houses. So we just went there, walked around a little bit, went back to the ferry, and went back to our hotel. We changed, and we went for our last night to the French Quarter to listen to some music, and that was it. And so on Wednesday was our flight, and basically we have our flight at 10, maybe. I think it was around 10. So we were flying first to Newark because there is no like direct flight from New Orleans to Portugal. So we flew to Newark, and then there we waited for supposedly 4 hours, but the flight got delayed. And then we got on that flight to come back to Porto. And basically, I feel like yesterday and today, like both of the days are combined into one, because not only did I lose 6 hours because there is a 6 hour difference between like Portugal and New Orleans. Like the hours that I didn't lose, I was just like inside a plane or inside an airport, like just barely existing. So yeah, like I feel like these 2 days are all mashed up in one, and it barely existed anyway. Even like as one day, barely existed. So yeah, we got back to Porto as at 6 a.m. It's 6:30, I think. And then we, obviously came back home, and I slept nothing in the plane. So basically I didn't sleep like the night before Thursday. So when I got back here, I slept. I slept from like 10:30 to 4:30 p.m. So a good 6 hours, feeling great actually. So yeah, because like the thing about me is I will sleep anywhere. Like I will sleep on the floor and I will sleep at any time. I will sleep at any time anywhere except on an airplane. I don't know why. I know that the one thing that I need to sleep is like a place to rest my head. But like I can sleep on trains. I sleep on trains all the time. I sleep on cars. I sleep on buses. So like I don't know what it is about the airplane, like the way that the seat is built. I don't know. I can't sleep there. I just can't find like a comfortable enough position for my head for me to fall asleep. So sometimes when like I'm on the window seat, sometimes I'm able to like rest my head against like the wall of the plane and sleep for a little bit, but still I don't sleep for long. I don't know why. So yeah, I slept absolutely nothing. I did, however, watch 7 episodes of Daredevil Born Again. So, made some great progress. I only have one episode left and I'm really liking that one. So yeah, that is all that has happened since 10 days ago. So yeah, I've been talking for 24 minutes, so I think should shut up. But I wanted to give like a good update since I didn't talk at all while I was there in my vacation. So I thought I would just tell you basically everything that I did, and I will, like, my idea is to like insert some photos and videos and stuff while like I'm talking, so it's not just my face, because no one wants to see that for 25 minutes straight. So yeah, that is it. That is all that I have to tell you, and that was a lot. So yeah, I haven't read anything, so that was super fun. I am now 2 books behind. I mean, I was 2 books behind yesterday on my reading challenge. I don't know if I'm 3 today. I did not check. I don't want to check. So yeah, I will hopefully before the end of the week absolutely finish this book, because that is the goal. Am I gonna read anything tonight? I don't know, because it is midnight. Basically, it's 11:51. So I don't know if I will read anything tonight. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't feel mentally or physically capable of retaining any information. So yeah, I will hopefully read tomorrow. I will hopefully read on Saturday. I will hopefully read on Sunday. And I want to hopefully update you on Saturday. And, hopefully I will have things to update you in terms of reading. That is, once again, the goal. So, yeah, I'm gonna obviously read The Heroes, which is the book that I am currently reading. And after I finish that, if I do finish that, I don't really know what I'm gonna read, but I have way too many options, so I will surely choose one of them, and yeah, I will talk to you during the weekend. Hello, so it is Saturday and I just finished filming my like intro and outro and like final update for The Heroes, because I did finish The Heroes, and I'm gonna put my hair up because it is way too hot. And I mean, it's just way too hot in general, but also since it's like past 5 p.m, it's not very bright outside, so I have like a lamp shining on me, but this lamp, it's the one that I usually have on my desk, like right in, oh my god, that corner. It heats up so much when I have it shining on me. I'm like sweating just from that stupid lamp. So even like a bit far away, it's very hot. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, I finished The Heroes. I actually finished it just like maybe an hour ago or an hour and a half ago. And so I didn't read anything on Thursday, which is when I think I talked to you. I didn't read at all. I was very tired. I was not in the mood to do literally anything productive. So, yeah, not a single page read, but I did read yesterday and today. I had a bit over 200 pages. I had like 230 pages left, maybe a little less. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I read basically like half yesterday and half today. So I read 100 and something last night and I read 100 and something today. And yeah, I finished it. I read, this is basically about a battle, a war that is happening during 3 days. And so this is divided like into the days. We have like before the battle, day 1, day 2, day 3, and after the battle. And what I had left to read was like day 3 and the after the battle. And I feel like this was definitely my favorite part of the book. And I don't know if it's because, like, I mean, 10 days had passed between reading part 2 and reading part 3. So I don't know if I was in like just a different mood and just a mood to enjoy it more, or if it is literally the book that is like more exciting in part 3. I don't know, but it was definitely my favorite part. And at the end, we had like some plot twists, some reveals that I did really like. And honestly, like knowing what I know from like this series and like from these characters, it does really make sense. And maybe I should have seen that coming because there is a character that it was like behind a bunch of things, and like they were already behind a bunch of things before, and they obviously were behind a bunch of things now. So maybe I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. And I did really like the reveal. And yeah, I still didn't love it because I think mostly because I didn't really connect really to any of the main characters. So I didn't really care, like even though it was, a war, people were dying, I mostly didn't really care about these characters. So I wasn't like that worried, I wasn't that stressed about most of them. So, obviously the stakes were high, but for me personally, like my feelings, the stakes weren't very high, so yeah, it was definitely like very action packed. Like I definitely really like the action scenes, and I really like how dark and gruesome it is, and at the same time how funny it still is. And I still think like the characters are like written very well. I just didn't really connect to them personally on an emotional level. But yeah, it was still a good book. I still enjoyed it, and I am giving it 3.5 stars. So still, a good rating, just didn't love it as much as I love the other books that I've read from this author, but still definitely not bad. So yeah, that is all that I have read since I last talked to you. And honestly, I haven't really done much either. Like on Thursday, like I said, I did really nothing productive. Yesterday we did like clean the house. And I also I went on a run at like 8 p.m. and like it was really bad. Like not my legs. My legs were fine. They weren't, having the best time of their lives because I was running, but they were fine. But like I couldn't breathe. And I think it's because like a lot of the country is still burning. Like when we left our holiday, Portugal was burning. When we came back from the holiday, I think Portugal is burning even more. So, there's that. And it's like none of the fires currently are like close enough to really smell like really badly of smoke here. But obviously the air quality is terrible. So like I could not breathe. And I went on a 5 kilometer run, which is like my easy run, I guess. And even that, like I couldn't breathe. Even though I feel like the last kilometer was the easiest, like until kilometer 4, I was absolutely dying. From kilometer 4 to 5, I was okay-ish. I was better, I guess. My body was getting used to not breathing. So, there was that. But yeah, it was really bad. I am definitely not gonna go run today because it will be surely just as bad. I will just work out at home, I guess. Probably arms, because I haven't worked out arms in forever, because like on holiday I was just walking on average 20 kilometers a day. So it was all legs. And yesterday I ran, so it was all legs. And I actually hate working out my legs. Like running is the form of like leg workout and also cardio workout that I hate the least, because everything else that is like cardio, like jumping things, terrible. Honestly, I don't really do jumping things because like I have knee problems, so I can't really jump that much. But yeah, I hate any form of jumping. exercises, cardio things, and I also really hate just, leg day. I absolutely hate it. The only workouts I really like are like upper body. And I am not including core in upper body for my enjoyment because I hate core as well. I only like arms and chest and back. That's it. And that is nothing to do with anything. So yeah, so tomorrow I am actually gonna go meet some friends in the afternoon in like the city where I work and where like I have my place. So I'm gonna go meet 3 friends in the afternoon, and then after that, me and my bestie, who is also part of that group that I'm meeting, we are gonna have dinner and we are gonna go to the movies to watch the Jurassic World maybe movie. Is it Jurassic World or Park? I think World. I don't really know. It's not like we're, oh my god, we have to watch a movie. But I was like, I texted her and was like, since I'm going there, do you want to just have dinner and watch a movie or just have a sleepover or something? Because like, I wouldn't really feel like just going all the way there to just be there for a couple hours and then come back, because I would have like over 2 hours of travel to just be there for like 2 hours as well. I wasn't feeling that. So I was just like, if I'm going there, I'm going there to do a bunch of things, and then I'll sleep there and she'll sleep at my place as well till Monday. And then on Monday I will come back because I am still on like off from work next week. Thank God. So yeah, there's that's happening. So we were like, is there anything interesting in the movie theater right now? And we saw that movie. So we are gonna watch that, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fun because I do love me some dinosaurs. So yeah, and now as to what I'm reading next, I have no idea actually, but I have 3 options. So the first option is A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is my next book in the ACOTAR series to read. Then I could also read the next book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which are always very fun, and I am definitely excited to read that. Or I could also read Not Quite Dead Yet, which is one of my anticipated releases. So, those are my 3 options. What I should read is this, in terms of like, my schedule for videos. This is what I should start. Do I want to start this right now? I don't think so. So, yeah. What I want to start is probably the Dungeon Crawler Carl book, because like I said, those are just so fun. So yeah, we'll see what I end up deciding. I will still probably start one of them tonight, and I would also like to finish watching the Daredevil series tonight because I have 1 episode left. Like, it's ridiculous that I haven't finished it yet. So yeah, but also I hate finishing things, and I also hate not finishing things. So it's I'm clearly complicated. So yeah, there's that, and I will, yeah, probably either this one or the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. We'll see which one we do go with, but that is all that I had to tell you for now, I think. And I do need to edit my video probably tonight because tomorrow I will, like I said, be going to meet my friends, and before that, like, I will probably do something with my parents. So I don't think I will have time to edit. So I will most likely edit it tonight and hopefully still start reading something, and hopefully was the last episode of Daredevil. That already sounding like way too much, but hopefully I will have time for all, or at least most of it. But yeah, I think I will talk to you on Monday to finally wrap up this vlog. Hello, so it is Monday and I'm here to wrap up the vlog, and I don't really have many reading updates, but as you must have seen in the b-roll, I did start A Court of Wings and Ruin on Saturday, I think. Yeah, that's when I told you. So Saturday, I did start it at night. I only got to page 58, and that is all that I have read since I last talked to you. Well, I have started something else today, but that is not for this vlog. So, until Sunday night, that is all that I have read. And yeah, I read 6 chapters. Can't really say much about the book because this is the third book in the series, and basically like at the end of the second book, like the main character is like on a mission, and we are seeing her as she is, doing that mission, like what she is having to do and like what she's finding out. And yeah, I'm enjoying it, but also like I've only read 58 pages, so like not only do I not have much to say, I also haven't read enough to really, feel much about it. But that is all that I read, because I did plan on reading something while I was on the train as I was going to meet my friends yesterday. But I actually, like, I don't know, I just listened to music. I was just, existing. I did not read anything. So yeah, that is all that I have read. And yeah, in terms of the other things, so I met my friends, which was very fun. Then we went to a book fair, I guess is how it's called. I actually have no idea if that's how it's called, but translating it directly from Portuguese, that would be what I would call it. And so yeah, we went around, we were browsing the books, looking for the books, and yeah, actually the only person that got books was my bestie, and she got like baby books because she had like a baby niece, so she just got like baby books. And we did read one of the books, and she added it to her Goodreads. And honestly, I should add it as well because I am behind on my goal. And we all read the book because it had 4 stories, and there were 4 of us, so each of us read the story out loud. And I should 100% add that book to my Goodreads, but so far I have not. Let's see how desperate I am to reach my reading goal and how behind, like for how long I stay behind. But yeah, we did that, and then she and I went to the mall to have dinner and go to the movies to watch the Jurassic World movie, which was fun. Like, we didn't love it, but it was definitely, it was fun. It was entertaining. It was a good time. There was like one specific scene that was very, 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 very stressful. So, there was that. And, I do really like action movies. So I was definitely, very entertained throughout all of the movie. So it was a good time for sure. And then we got home to my house and we watched, I think, 2 episodes of The Winx, which we are still very slowly going through. We saw that we started on June of 2023, so 2 years ago, and we still have almost 3 seasons to go. So there's that. But we did watch 2 episodes that I was like almost falling asleep as I was watching, but we did watch them, and then we just stayed up talking for 4 hours as we usually do. So we went to sleep at like 5, and then today woke up and we ordered pizza, and we watched they delivered the pizza, but they forgot the drinks. So like the guy had to go back to get our drinks, and so like while we were waiting for the drinks, she was like, let's watch one more episode of The Winx. And I was like, let's please not. And she was like, let's please yes. So yeah, we watched 1 episode while we waited for our drinks, and then we were like watching something else while we were actually eating and drinking. So in total, we watched 3 episodes of The Winx. Great progress. We have, I think, 68 episodes left. So, at the space, we'll be done in like 3 or 4 years. So, yay. But yeah, that was it. It was definitely very fun. But I woke up like with a headache. So I was struggling like throughout the whole day. I got home and napped. So yeah, but now we're here, and I barely read like these 2 weeks. I mean, last week I didn't read at all. And then this week, after I got back from vacation, I finished The Heroes and I started A Court of Wings and Ruin. And that was 280 pages, which is like way, way, way less than I usually read. But I mean, I had a lot of fun these 2 weeks for sure on vacation, and then also like back here. So, I wish I had read more, but also like I had a lot of fun. So, I'm not too mad about it. And I mean, this week I don't know how it's going to be because I'm still off from work, but next week I'm going to be back in my routine. So I'll probably be reading more anyway. And yeah, I've had a good time. I had a great time actually. So yeah, I'm happy. And that is it. That is everything for this 2-week reading vlog, I guess. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!